It's official, our newest student physicians have taken their first step into the world of medicine. We're taking you inside both of Burrell College's white coat ceremonies, one in New Mexico, the other in Florida, for a front row seat to the excitement, emotion, and purpose behind the coat. We catch up with a Burrell College alumni and learn about his journey from a first-generation college grad to a top NYC eye surgeon. That story coming up. What does a $242,000 scholarship mean for a future physician and for our community? We'll introduce you to the recipient of the GECU Foundation Thrive Scholarship and share how this powerful gift is helping remove barriers on the path to becoming a doctor. All that and much more. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the DO Pulse, a podcast about osteopathic medicine, education, and community. I'm your host, Sidney Alvarez. Now this podcast is brought to you by Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine and sponsored by GECU. Learn how GECU is the credit union that can help you meet your financial goals. Visit GECU.com for more. We're coming to you from New York City on this very special podcast, and I'm joined by a very special guest. I'm joined by Dr. Ahmed. Thank you so much for being on the show. Did I get the name right?
Yes.
Okay, great, wonderful. Now, you are an inaugural graduate from class of 2020, right?
That's right, yes. I can't believe it's already been 5 years.
And we're here in New York City because, what are you doing here?
I'm completing a 2-year fellowship in vitreoretinal surgery at Cornell.
Now, I think about the eye and I think about how complicated that must be. Tell us, give us a day in the life of what you do when it comes to treating your patients.
There's definitely some variability depending on what stage in your career you're at, residency or fellowship. And for me, at the fellowship level, we're primarily based out of this clinic here. We have some downtown sites. I would say about 3 days a week, sometimes 4, we're in clinic. We're seeing patients, we're injecting people's eyes, we're doing laser procedures. And then 1 to 2 days a week, we're in the operating room performing surgery on people's eyes to restore their vision.
Now, I also understand that you're the first in your family to not only graduate from college, but med school.
That's right. I was lucky to be the firstborn because I know my younger siblings probably would have done the same feat. But my parents, they weren't able to pursue these higher education, and they were able to provide me with those opportunities thanks to a great childhood. And they always encouraged me and modeled the right behavior. And thanks to their hard work and prayers, I've been able to get to this stage. And there were some hiccups and some challenges along the way, but it all worked out.
Why did you want to become a doctor?
Really, the crux of it is I wanted to serve others and help others. That's really the reason why most people want to be a physician. If there's any other reason, you'll find that you'll be burned out and you'll lose meaning and get tired faster. I mean, we're all tired, but it'll be even worse. For me, it's that human being, relationship, that patient-doctor relationship. I love to be able to talk to people. They come in a vulnerable state often. They're sharing their intimate details of their life with you. And it's a sacred relationship. It's a sacred institution from that standpoint. And I'm an honor to be a part of that.
Dr. Ahmed, we had the opportunity of speaking earlier, and you told me that you chose Burrell as your med school because of the mission. Tell me about this.
That's right. I believe really that the mission matters, and not just the mission, but then what the school is actually doing to back it up. A lot of times people will say they're passionate about underserved communities and rural medicine and so on and so forth, but I felt Burrell was actually really about the action behind the words. And one of the examples that I felt was strong was they have created many GME positions, so postgraduate residency spots in primary care and even specialty care. So I thought, they're actually investing in making sure this happens, that we create a healthcare system that will be sustainable for the Southwest. And then additionally, their rotation sites were phenomenal. Some were affiliated with hospitals in a structured setting where there's residency positions and residents. Others were preceptorship based. There were rural tracks. So they had an infrastructure that really matched their mission. And so I believed them. When I went to the interview, I met Dr. Machascu and President Hummer and the leadership there. And I felt they were sincere people, and that ended up being the case.
Can we bring it back to New York City here?
Yes.
and here with Cornell Medicine? When you think of the type of folks that are here,
all walks of life.
Yes.
That's also implied to the type of healthcare needs that are seen here, the type of work that you do, right?
Yeah. One may wonder, I'm passionate about the Southwest. I live there. I train there. How does one end up in New York City? And
Yes.
the answer to that is I am, as a part of my training, am looking for the best training I can possibly get so that I can serve those who I love in the best way. And for me, I wanted to come here to get the best world-renowned training in my subspecialty, and that's what I've been able to do thus far. And I'm going to take the principles that I'm learning here. I mean, we get patients from all over the world in New York City, and at this institution, patients fly over from all over the world to be seen by us. So it's a privilege, and I'm going to take those lessons, and I'm planning to go back to the Southwest and provide service there using the experiences that I've gained here.
We're talking about people's vision, and talk about the care, the tenacity, the attention to detail, the training, the studying. You have to embody all of this.
Absolutely. It has to be a part of your identity. I mean, we have multiple things that define us, our family, where we come from, what we believe, but being a physician, it has to be a part of your identity. You have to really love it and embrace it.
Yes.
People's vision is critically important. Close your eyes for a second and see how the world would be if that's how you had to see all the time.
Exactly.
So people take it very seriously. If you look at a lot of surveys internationally, and you ask people what is the most valued sense that you have, people will say their vision. So it's taken very seriously. We take it very seriously. People are coming to us because they're either trying to preserve their sight, restore it, or save it. And you have to eat, breathe, and live this stuff. And so I truly enjoy the anatomy of the eyeball. I enjoy the precision that it requires, the technology. So it's that aspect, but I also value that patients value it.
Yes.
So they want to work with you. They're partners with you in their care. And it's a very rewarding field, I would say. There's nothing like it.
Can we take it back to Burrell just for a second? If you could share some words of wisdom, some advice to our current students, for incoming students, what would you share with them?
In terms of advice, there's two main things that I would say. One is you have to enjoy the journey and live in the moment. Life passes you by, things will keep happening. You hit one goal, the next goal will come. Comlex 1, step 1, then it's step 2, Comlex 2, then you got a match. Then you have to perform well in residency. So it will never end. So you got to live in the moment, enjoy those around you, enjoy what you're doing right now. And the other key thing is do not self-select yourself out. Sometimes people will tell you, hey, you're coming from New Mexico, it's a smaller state. You're coming from a smaller school. There's the state affiliation, but it's a relative unknown. These kind of things you may hear. You may feel you're not competitive enough for
That's not the case.
That's not the case. You look at my class, you look at my experience, some of my classmates as well, and those classes that have come after me, you'll find and you'll see that if you want to be a neurosurgeon or an orthopedic surgeon or an eye surgeon or family medicine, pediatrician, whatever the case may be, every opportunity is available for you. So live in the moment and don't self-select yourself out.
Great words of encouragement. Thank you so much. Hey, what's it like when you're walking through the streets here of New York City? We're on the Upper East Side. When you're walking through here, going to work, you're living the dream.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. This city is amazing. They say it's a magical city, and I used to wonder about that when I was not living here. I used to say, oh, is that the case? It must be overrated, but truly it is. You'll hear every single language here. You'll get every type of cuisine here, and not just a country's food, but within that country, the different regions. You'll get different regional foods even from each respective nation.
Yes.
And so you meet people from all over the world, all walks of life. It's also great for my children. I also worried about that. I said, what are my kids going to do in the city? But there's so many museums, there's so many parks, and my kids are so confident now. They walk around in the subway, in the city. They're used to everything. So it's been an all-around win for me.
And it's not just the environment, but the dream. When I say living the dream, is that you're finally a doctor and you're making Burrell and your family proud.
It's an honor, and I'm happy to do that. I hope I can continue, and I know many others are doing great things, and people will do even greater things. It's something I take very seriously, and I'm always grateful. I'm always reflecting on the journey, because you can lose sight of that.
Yes.
And so I take time during the day, almost every day, to think about my life and where I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I have plans for the future, but I'm still a very reflective person, and I think that's really important.
Dr. Ahmed, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and we'll be back after this break.
What does a $242,000 scholarship mean for a future physician and for our community? We'll introduce you to the recipient of the GECU Foundation Thrive Scholarship and share how this powerful gift is helping remove barriers on the path to becoming a doctor.
You will grow. Your patience and care will pay off. Sure, you can get some help along the way, but you will do it. You will do it all, and we'll be with you to make it happen. Open a GECU savings account online now.
I became a doctor because I wanted to do more for my family, for my community, for the people living in places where healthcare is hard to find. My parents built a life from the ground up. They taught me what hard work and sacrifice really mean. At Burrell College, I found more than just a medical education. I found purpose. Hands-on training, mentors who believed in me, and the chance to serve the communities that shaped me.
Dr. Grant.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Today, I'm an emergency medicine physician, right where I always wanted to be. On the front lines in my community, helping those who need it most. At Burrell College, you belong.
It's white coat season, and we're thrilled to bring you the highlights from not just one, but two incredible ceremonies welcoming the newest student physicians. In Las Cruces, New Mexico, 200 students took the next step in their journey towards becoming osteopathic doctors, surrounded by family, faculty, and friends in a powerful celebration of purpose and service. Watch this story.
Today is our 10th White Coat ceremony. You know, our mission region, we cover the southwestern states of New Mexico, Arizona, and Texas. And of the 201 new students that we have coming to the medical school, this is our largest percentage of students from our mission region. So we couldn't be more excited.
As a first-generation Latino woman, I am very excited and honored to have this white coat. What it means to me is giving back to the communities that raised me and shaped me to be who I am today. I see a need for women's health, and I believe I could be part of that solution.
To me, the white coat is a symbol of my dedication to medicine and my community and living a life of service to people outside of my family and in my community.
Well, for our students to be able to don their white coats today, it's symbolic of their commitment to their future patients, and really every time they don that white coat, they have their patients in mind as they're training to become the next generation of osteopathic physicians.
To me, it means okay, I'm accepting the responsibility, but also at the same time a privilege to I get to do this. At a later point in my life, people trust me even with their lives, and they'll tell me even about their lives too, which I'm very anxious to hear. I want to know as many people as I can and help as many people as I can.
This was awesome. I can say, wow, what a spectacular event. I'm so thrilled to be here and honored and excited for the students, the college, the staff, our community. It's great.
I am looking forward to the adrenaline of studying and learning about all of these systems and how every system within the human body interacts with one another. I believe that, especially within the southwestern border region, that there's such a need for clinicians who are dedicated to them, and I hope to be one of those providers someday.
In Melbourne, Florida, we hosted our white coat ceremony at FIT's Clemente Center, making a historic moment as we welcomed 100 future physicians to the Burrell College family. Now, these milestone events honored our students' commitment to medicine, compassion, and the communities they will serve each day. Watch this.
We have the second white coat ceremony on the Florida campus for Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine, and we're very excited to welcome the class of 2029 as they receive their white coats.
It's the beginning of the journey of our incoming students, on the way to becoming a future physician. And this is when their family and friends come together, when our faculty and staff, and we congratulate them on reaching this milestone, knowing that there's another part of their journey and we're here to support them all the way through.
I am super excited. This is a huge milestone for me. It hasn't been easy getting here, and I just want to celebrate with my family and friends as they all come into the state of Florida to celebrate with me today. So I'm just really excited to walk across that stage and get coded today.
I'm definitely excited, a little bit nervous to start the school year, but we've been working for this for a really long time and we finally get to celebrate this milestone.
I chose Burrell because they're passionate about their students. They're committed to making a partnership, one-to-one coaching, teaching, and committed to making a difference in the community. Para la gente y el futuro.
And if you weren't able to attend either ceremony in person, don't worry, you can still experience the moment. Full videos of both ceremonies are available now on our YouTube channel. It's time for a commercial break.
What does a $242,000 scholarship mean for a future physician and for our community? We'll introduce you to the recipient of the GECU Foundation Thrive Scholarship and share how this powerful gift is helping remove barriers on the path to becoming a doctor.
I became a doctor because I wanted to do more for the people living in places where healthcare is hard to find. My parents taught me what hard work and sacrifice really mean. At Burrell College, I found more than just a medical education. I found purpose. Today, I'm an emergency medicine physician on the front lines in my community, helping those who need it most. At Burrell College, you belong.
Hey everybody, welcome back. A $242,000 scholarship is making the difference in the life of a very young doctor here at Burrell College. Here to tell us more is Emmeline Garcia with the GECU Foundation. Thank you for being on the show.
I'm honored to be here and to be part of this journey.
Oh, thank you so much. So let's talk about this. It's the Thrive Scholarship. Tell us about the Thrive GECU Foundation Scholarship.
Well, this is the first scholarship, GECU Foundation Thrive Scholarship, which is awarding $242,000 to one medical student at Burrell College.
So exciting, you know, and we had our white coat ceremony and you all were there. Such a special moment filled with emotion. You guys got to see how you're changing lives. Tell us a little bit about your experience at the white coat ceremony.
It was an amazing experience, just seeing the students receive their white coat, how proud they are, and their families there cheering on for them. And it has taken a lot of effort for them to get there. So for GECU Foundation and GECU to be part of this, it's an honor.
Let's talk about the recipient of the Thrive Scholarship. Tell me about her.
So I recently got the opportunity to meet her, Laveen Lahiji. Last year we also attended the white coat ceremony and we were impressed with how diverse the group of students were and how excited and eager they were to start their medical studies. And this year meeting Laveen and seeing how grateful, how eager she is to get out there in the community and help others, it just made sense for this scholarship to take place.
Well, let's hear directly from Laveen herself. Watch this video.
Meet Laveen Lahiji. Today she's making history on her way to becoming the first doctor in her family.
I'm Persian Assyrian. I was born in Iran and immigrated when I was 7 years old with my two sisters and my mother. Growing up, my mother definitely inspired me to go after my education and fight for my education.
Laveen is a student physician at Burrell College of Osteopathic Medicine. She is now the recipient of the prestigious GECU Thrive Scholarship, totaling $242,000.
I feel privileged that they see my potential and my capacity to serve in these underserved regions, and I look forward to being in these communities and learning more.
Inspired by her grandmother, who served as a nurse in the 1950s, Laveen says she was drawn to medicine not just to heal, but to advocate.
I wanted to become a doctor because I firsthand experienced how lack of access to medicine can impact one's journey through life. Specifically, I wanted to be an osteopathic physician because growing up, I suffered from severe scoliosis, and many of the times that I needed to be seen by a physician, I didn't have much relief.
She plans to become a primary care physician in the Southwest region, serving border and rural communities where providers are few, but the need is great.
So I want to be a primary care physician because I want to have a chance to practice culturally sensitive, competent, and community-focused care.
Now, with the GECU Foundation support, Levine says she can focus fully on what matters, becoming a physician her community can count on.
So I want to stay in this region because this region mirrors the communities in which I was raised in myself. I see these communities as very diverse and resilient, which is something that's very important to me. I also know that many of these patients in this region face the barriers I also faced growing up. So it would be an honor for me to be able to return to this region and be able to serve in that sense.
Wow, what a dynamic young lady. And she wants to stay in the Southwest region, which is Burrell's mission, so just incredible all the way around.
That's the best part of it. We are excited to hear her willingness and desire to stay in the region in southern New Mexico and help the community as a whole. So we know that there's going to be many families that are going to be benefiting from her talent, and the healthcare industry is lucky to have her here.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Emmeline, I got a few more questions for you. Is that okay? So why was it important for the GECU Foundation to contribute to this scholarship?
The GECU Foundation focuses on removing barriers such as affordable access to healthcare and education, among others, that are stopping people from thrive to living their best life and achieving their financial well-being. And by providing this scholarship, not only we're helping the financial well-being of one student like Levine, but we're also providing more access to healthcare to the community in southern New Mexico and our entire region.
Well, I love the name, Thrive, right? Because it's what we want to do in our mutual communities. We want to uplift the whole Southwest. So I think the name just fits perfectly. What is the people helping people philosophy that the foundation follows?
So that is the philosophy of the credit union movement as a whole, of people helping people. And I feel like what we're doing here in collaboration with Burrell College is exactly that. Neighbors helping neighbors and helping each other into elevating the community as a whole.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Can you elaborate a little bit on GECU's foundation on the commitment to southern New Mexico?
Of course. You know, GECU seeks for the financial well-being of the community and the members that it serves. The GECU Foundation itself is focusing on the 12 development issues that act as barriers, such as housing, transportation, education, access to credit, among others. So the foundation's role and focus is to identify those barriers and partner up and address them in the community like southern New Mexico. And education, we know that it's one of the biggest equalizers and best ways to elevate the community. So again, this collaboration with Burrell College, it was a fantastic one, and that it's perfect to help the community.
Emmeline, is there anything else you'd like to share about the GECU Foundation?
We'd love to invite everyone to visit gcu.com/foundation to learn more about what we do and how they can also join and help or volunteer with us.
You know, we really appreciate your partnership with Burrell College and really for changing the lives of our students and the community. So thank you so much.
It is our honor to be able to collaborate with you all.
Awesome. Now stay here while I close out the show, okay? That's our show, everybody. If you have any questions or want to communicate with us, you can reach us through our social media platforms. Our handle is @Burrell College. I'm your host, Sydney Alvarez. Thanks for watching, and until next time.